Boom. So welcome to our live trading session. It's Wednesday, October 14th. Hope you guys are having a good day. And we're pretty much going to get right into it. So how these sessions work is they are obviously completely free. You guys can ask questions whenever you want. Just put it in the chat and we'll go over any questions towards the end of the session. We will do a giveaway towards the end of the session as well, and a little announcement around promotion. If it's your first time, welcome. This is Forex League. We have a lot to go over and a lot that we're offering, but these sessions are free. These sessions are completely free. We're pretty much just going to go through all of our analysis for the day, see if there's any potential trades that we want to take, and we'll tell you guys why. And we'll get into some lessons on market structure, entries, using fibs, different technical forms of technical analysis, and our key level. So again, let's get started. And this will be recorded, uploaded to YouTube afterwards. So if you guys miss any of the analysis, that's completely fine. So to get started here, let's just look at DXY. For those that don't know, DXY is just the dollar index. So this is the value of the US dollar. As we can see, US dollar has been very bearish, meaning it has been selling off pretty aggressively over the last, since May, pretty much. So dollar has been descending this entire time. And now we can get into, we got Nick joining up. I'm just going to unmute him.
What's
So
going on?
the infamous Nick Dark FX on
Hey,
Instagram. What's up?
come on, everybody. How's it going?
I'm just gonna go first.
Yeah, that's fine. Happy Wednesday.
Put this on. Don't shave your beards. It looks good. Holy shit. All right. Let's get started with DXY. So DXY has been extremely bearish, guys, has been descending for quite some time. We had this pullback where the buyer stepped in and just rejected our monthly level. Now it looks like we could get some more downside movement down to this daily time frame. We are pulling back on this daily time frame. We had this again huge rally, but as we saw in the weekly, we don't want to get fooled by this. This is just a retracement. You know, right now we could definitely reject this level again and head lower. So let's just even look down to the 4 hour time frame. Again, very bearish. Earlier today, we rejected this trend line. About an hour ago or so, we rejected this trend line and started to fall back off into this lower zone here. So we really need to break below this level now. We need to see something like this, break below this level. This is a weekly key level that we have, a level that when tested previously, as we can see, has either rejected or respected very well. So we need to get below this level right now, but we are looking for DXY to continue and to continue heading to the downside. So we'll keep that in mind as we look at all these other pairs. Again, when this thing goes down, this means the dollar is decreasing in value. When it goes up, it means the US dollar is strong. So weak, strong. Let's look at Euro USD. So as that dollar index heads down, this Euro USD pair is heading north. This Euro USD pair is finding support. So let's break this down a little bit further. Let's head up to the monthly time frame. So over on the monthly, we've had this bearish engulfing candle right here. We're kind of up in no man's land. We're up at this high right now. As we can see, the moving averages had crossed here. So there are more buyers than sellers in the market at this point. Could this thing fall lower? We'll see as we kind of break this down to the weekly. So weekly time frame again is bullish. Weekly time frame is at this high. Last week we had a lot of buyers step in the market, and then this week we kind of pulled back, and this is healthy to be happening. So let's just look between the daily and the 4 hours. So daily time frame, we came all the way up to this high. We started to form a lot of rejection at this level, fell off, and now we're fighting right here. Could we potentially find support and head back up into this daily level of resistance? Sure. I mean, look at the 4 hour right now. 4 hour time frame is really where I'm waiting to see what my next move is. 4 hour time frame has been making uptrend structure, so making highs, higher low, high, higher low, high, higher low. If we wanted to fib this right here, we can pretty much fib from this low to this high right here. As we can see, we're hitting this 88.6 level. This is also this weekly level of support right here. Let's just go down to the 30-minute time frame. So over on the 30-minute, let's just line this off. So pretty much what I'm looking for right now, guys, I'm bullish. My bias is bullish right now. And how am I going to then get into my entries, or when am I going to go to the lower time frames? Pretty much what I'm looking for is multiple confirmations. So we've got our fibs from our low right here to our high right here. And as we can see, we pulled back to this 88.6 level. Now we have this huge bullish candle. We didn't exactly engulf anything. This was very low volume at this point. But as a lot of buyers are stepping in the market, I can go down to the 30-minute and I can look and see, are we breaking any levels of resistance? Are these key levels of structure? Is this break a transition like one that we talk about consistently on these live sessions? Right now we hit this low, pulled back. We did have the moving averages cross here, but this is just a very minor pullback. We need to see more bullish structure here. We need to see a pullback. We need to see a higher low form. So we need to find support. I wouldn't just buy right now. We need to see a retest. We need to see a retest and rejection. And as that's happening on the 4-hour time frame, that will continue to show that this thing is finding support at this level. As we can see, we are just very early on in this potential pushback to this daily resistance level. Look previously, like we had a similar situation where we found support at this level, we pushed up, and then inevitably we started to pull back. This is where we're looking for the entries, guys, on this little pullback here after we find support here, or even like after this push through the moving averages, like as we break down this 4-hour candle right here. So we're very early on right now on this, and we just have to be patient. That's the name of the game right now, just to have patience. And this correlates with DXY. So as the dollar index pushes down, as the dollar index loses strength, this thing is going to push up. So we want to consider DXY. It's another confirmation for us that we can look at. So we're going to continue to monitor that right now and just be patient. Now, if this thing does just, what would I do to sell this? Pretty much on this 4-hour time frame, if we start to break below this level that we just formed, this level of support, if we break below this level right here, I will start to sell off. That'll be very, on the 30-minute time frame, it will very clearly just be downtrend structure. Pretty much if we break below this level, we haven't broken below this level in quite some time. This level is holding as support right now. So if we break below this level, we'll look for the retest, and then we will look to get into some short opportunities. So no trade at the moment on EU. We're just going to be patient on this. But as you can see, we've got our fibs bullish, looking to continue this 4-hour bullish push. So let's go now to GU. As we can see, GU reacted a little bit more aggressively than EU with this dollar weakness, pushed up pretty aggressively right here. So let's go back. Let's go all the way up to the weekly time frame. Going into this week, guys, pretty much what I was looking for was, I saw that we had last week closed a lot of buyers in the market, literally no wick on this weekly candle. So I was looking for this this bullish push to continue, for the buyers to stay in control. As we came down to the daily time frame, we can see daily structure is bullish. We have formed this high, higher low, pushed all the way up to this high, pulled back, made this higher low at 61.8. And now we just have to monitor this push right here. We got to break this down to a time frame that we can see structure a little bit more clearly. As we get down to the 4-hour time frame, we can start to make sense of this a little more. We pushed down here to this low, pulled back to this lower high, pushed to this low, then this lower high broke. So this lower high broke right here. This was the break, guys. This candle pushing through, following candle finding, or following candle confirming this, breaking higher. And then we had this high established, we pulled back. Normally where we're looking for entries is these higher low points. So as this is all going down, this high is formed. I'm going to take off these daily fibs. This is currently where we're looking at market structure. Yeah, gained some strength after the Brexit news. Yeah, I saw that. So it's right now definitely gaining some support at this level. We just hit the 78.6. I do expect this to pull back again. We're not going to just enter right now. Look how bullish this is at the moment. Just shot up all the way. Really no opportunity to enter right now. So pretty much what we're going to be looking for, guys, is we're going to need some sort of pullback. Some sort of pullback here. We're going to target this 618 level. And we're just looking to continue this trend. We're looking to continue on the 4-hour time frame right now. We're just looking to continue this trend. This thing has been ascending, has been forming higher lows, respecting this trend line. We don't even need that on there, but pretty much what we're looking for it to do is we're looking for it to push to a new high right now, looking for it to push to 61.8 level right there. And if it breaks all the way below, we can now shift this around. This is now our 4-hour structure right here. So if we break below this level, that is when we would not consider any more buy opportunities down here. And why am I lining this off? Why am I using this level as a potential reversal? If we look here, we have previous resistance, now turn support. So I don't even need to line that off, but that's there. This is that previous high. We have the 200-day moving average there. We got 38.2 there. We have all these moving averages. So this is definitely an area of confluence right here that we could come back to and find support in and head to the upside. I'll even put this little random line here. So if we do get a pullback, guys, we will look to enter on GU, and we are looking to go bullish on this. On the flip side, if this thing does fall all the way below this level on the retest, we'll look to short. So that's GU. Yeah, this is being recorded, no worries. So let's go over now to NU. Same analysis as yesterday, guys. Pretty much yesterday when we were looking at this, we were looking for it to maintain above this 4-hour structure level and head into this weekly resistance. So let's hop up to the weekly time frame. So up on the weekly time frame right now, we can see we've tested this high multiple times, 1, 2, 3 times. Right now, last week closed large wick and bullish candle, closing with no sellers, closing with no wick, so very bullish coming into this week. The game plan was pretty much as long as we stay above this 4-hour level of structure, we're going to put buy orders in the market. We're going to buy this. So let's go down to the 4-hour. And as we can see right now, guys, 4-hour, pretty much we were made this low, pulled back, made this lower high, and then we just broke that level. We broke that level, smashed it above here, came back, retested, and now we're breaking back above again. As you can see, the wicks, rejecting this, just closed above the 200-day as well. So I'm going to just delete this downward opportunity right here. Boom. And I'm going to go down to a lower time frame, like the 30-minute time frame, even the 1 hour. I'm going to look at the 1-hour time frame. And pretty much what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for potential buy opportunities, potential signals that are coming into the market. Let's hit the 4-hour first. As we can see on the 4-hour, we had this bullish candle right here. And again, we didn't want to buy until we really were above this level. So that's why we were patient on this. We could even see we had this bullish engulfing here. And I'm going to change the colors of these to yellow. And what I like to do, guys, is once we know what direction we want to trade in, pretty much we want to just highlight these bullish variations, and then we want to break them down to lower time frames because we want the 30-minute structure to inevitably be in our direction. Right now, as we can see on the 30-minute, we came down, made this low. We had this little lower high point right here. I'm just going to line this off. And then I'm going to delete this. So pretty much we came down, we started to form this low, started to consolidate a little bit, then we broke lower, came up, broke this level, retested, made a new high, pulled back, then we made this higher low here. We found some resistance at this level right here. And now this is pretty much officially when we're looking for buys, guys. This is when we're looking for buy opportunities right at this high. We can put stops pretty much below this higher low that just formed. And we are going to be targeting this weekly resistance level. Right now it's a 1.84. Let's bump down. We can tighten this a little bit, but this is what we're going to be targeting. If we were to enter right now, we had a little pullback and we had these buy signals. We had a bullish engulfing right here. So right now, if we wanted to size this up, we have a little bit room for this to retrace at the moment, but this is the buy opportunity that I'd be looking for. I'm looking for this thing to continue to the upside. If this thing does break below this level down here, pretty much this level right here, this is when the trade would be invalidated, and then we would flip our bias and potentially look for short opportunities. So that's NU, sticking with this bullish bias on this one. Let's go over to USEF. This thing is falling as well. Let's go to the weekly time frame. And we'll get into questions at the end. So if you guys do have any questions, just throw it in the chat. And we'll get into some gold analysis too.
Yeah, I'll be covering that.
Yeah, so let's start on the weekly time frame with USEF. So weekly time frame, as we can see, overall very bearish, guys. Moving averages are bearish, but we are at this monthly level of support. We're at this monthly level of support on this pair. This monthly level right here, we previously came to this level and found a lot of buyers stepped in, pushed this thing higher. Now we're coming back to this level again. So we got to operate on the side of caution here. As we come down to the daily time frame, we can see we actually broke, pushed higher, pulled back, all the way down to this level, had this huge bullish engulfing. And so just like we did on NU, we want to break this down. So as I highlight this, come down to the 1 hour time frame, what we want to see is, did we break any levels of resistance? And on this pair, we did. We had this low, lower high. We had this low, pushed up, made a higher high here. This thing isn't a pullback. It is pulling back a little bit, but pretty much as I see this right now, we have this high formed. We're in this pullback. We're coming back to our level that could be retested. And this thing could very well go bullish. This thing could very well go bullish. Right now, it is pulling back on this 1 hour time frame. So this thing could pull all the way back. And let's just line up entry opportunities here. First off, we want to retest this level. That would be our first entry zone. And then if this thing does push even lower, pretty much until we break this level down here, we could still look for buy opportunities. So I'm not going to short this at the moment. I'm not going to short this. I'm going to be patient. I do think this thing still has some room to push downward. I think it still has room to push to the downside, but I think once we get back down into these levels, either this level here or this level down here, we could find support and head to the upside. The reason why I'm drawing it to this level is if we look left, we have this little bit of this like resistance level and support level. And this is just a support and resistance level right here. So I'm just going to draw that out for you guys. And we also have 78.6 there. So just two confirmations on this lower time frame. And the final confirmation would be, as always, if we see some sort of like price action confirmation, so like a bullish engulfing morning star or just like a push through the moving averages. So USEF is pulling back at the moment, but it has broken this resistance level on the 1 hour, lines up with the daily time frame. We just need to find support again. This thing could push downward. So no trade at the moment on USEF, but we'll update throughout the day if we see anything on this pair. Let's go over now to UCAD. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame on UCAD, very similar to UCAD, very similar to USEF. We are Still in this pullback on the weekly time frame, still bearish. Last week formed a very bearish candle right here. Now we're just consolidating below the 200-day. So definitely more sellers than buyers in the market. Daily time frame structure is still very bearish. We formed this lower high here, and now we're just starting to consolidate a little bit down near this monthly level support again. So this thing could push a little bit lower as we break it down to the 4-hour time frame. There's nothing telling us yet that this thing could reverse, that this thing could go bullish. At the minimum, and we talked about this on Sunday, at the minimum right now, just looking at this 4-hour time frame, the moving averages are crossing. We would need to get above this level. We would need to get above this level to look for buy opportunities right here. This is the level of resistance I'm looking at. As I break this down to the 30-minute, this is a 30-minute level of resistance as well, and the 200-day is there. So as long as we are below this level, guys, as long as we're below this level and we're rejecting this level, we're looking for sells. Once we break above this level, that's when we're looking for buys. So pretty much either we're going to look for sells into this zone down here, or we're going to pop above and we're going to look for some buy opportunities on the retest right there. So let's just bump back up again to the 4-hour. As we can see on the 4-hour, still looks very bearish. Still looks very much bearish. Yes, these moving averages are crossing. We are forming this like inverted hammer candle right here, but we just need to see it pop above this level. Once it gets above this resistance level and this 200-day, then we can buy. So just be patient on this one. And last but not least, I'm going to go over to GJ. Let's bump up to the weekly. So coming into this week, we had this bullish candle through the moving averages right here, closed very bullish. Overall, we are bearish on this. So we've been saying this for quite some time. We're very bearish on this. This trend line's trending downward. But right now we are in this pullback. Moving averages are blue over red, and there are more buyers in control. So with that in mind, coming down to the daily time frame is still bullish. We can fib from this low all the way up here to this high. We hit that 78.6 level. Now we're testing that 61.8, and this is bullish. We need to break this down a little bit further. We need to see what's going on in this area. So as we break this down to the 4-hour, and I'm going to take that daily fib off, this is really the time frame that I'm looking for potential setups and whatnot. We always want to enter at higher lows, and right now we're potentially forming one. So we were forming higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low right here. Again, this candle is just a ton of volume, so no opportunity really to enter there. But we are looking for buys. We're looking for buys. If I fib this, we hit all the way down here, this 88.6, the 100% level. So we're still very much in an uptrend right now. And as I come to the 30-minute, this thing is just kind of in no man's land at the moment. We need a pullback. We need some sort of pullback. As we can see here at this previous higher low, we shot up, pulled back. Potential buy opportunity was right here through these moving averages. That's just where we take our entries. And then again, pulled up, pulled back. Potential buy opportunities were right here. Stops below this higher low. Another buy opportunity there. So let me just highlight. These are areas where we're looking for buys through those moving averages. And then we're looking to put our stops below these levels because these are higher lows. So we're looking to put stops below there, below here, below this level over here. And then even to the upside up here, we could have taken a very late buy opportunity. I wouldn't actually have taken that because of this large ass wick. But even say you took this last ditch buy opportunity right here. You put your stops below this level, you get stopped out, it comes back, blows through your stops. If we come up to this 4-hour time frame, guys, pretty much what we're looking at here and why this could have potentially pulled back on you is we want to always be entering on higher lows. So over here, this was when we were entering on that higher low. We're still within this retracement. We had room to push to a new high. This here is when we reach that new high. We come up to that new high. We're above the moving averages. We're overextended, and then we pull back. We pull back. Now we're forming that next higher low right here. So this is when, very similar to here, when we're going to start to look for buy opportunities again, and we'll see how it happens. If we just pop above here, we could find support. If we just pull back, very similar to this, we'll just be patient and look for buys just above this level, just above this 4-hour structure level right now. So it's moving the way we want it to. We just got to be patient. So that's GJ right now. No buy opportunities at the moment. And we went over EU, GU, NU, USEF, UCAD, and GJ. And I'm going to pass it over now to Nick. He's going to get into a bunch of other pairs for you guys. And while we do that, I'm just going to say, if you want to get in on the giveaway, just post your Discord name in the chat for today, and we'll get you guys in on that giveaway. And again, any questions we'll probably answer more towards the end of the session. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'll pass this over to Nick.
Gold analysis is at the end. We will get to it. I do it every single time. So just hang in there. But we do have to work through it first. We have to work through DXY, all the pairs. See, gold's at the bottom of the list here. We'll get to this in a minute. But no rush, no rush. All right, so we're going to start off on DXY. I want to start off first by saying good analysis, Angelo. That was a lot of value in there. Even if you can't understand all of it, guys, it still makes a lot of progress if you just keep coming to these webinars. Kind of seeing how we break it down the market, see what we're looking at, and the different steps we're taking to adapt to the different scenarios and market conditions. So definitely good analysis there, solid value. But let's jump right over to DXY, which is the US dollar currency index. Okay, this makes up for 80% of all trade. So it's kind of a good idea to see what's going on with the dollar so that we can, when we're ready, when we jump over to these other pairs, we have a pretty good understanding of what the possibilities are. Because again, this is AUD USD. So this is very influenced by the movement of DXY. Gold, same thing. USD JPY, same thing as well. And even some crosses are pretty heavily influenced by the US dollar just because it makes up for so much of the market. So when you start to see that move, you just see the rest of the market kind of move with it. So that's why we analyze DXY. Now let's get into it, more in the chart here and see what's been happening. We can see that we've been very, very bullish, very steady trend for quite a while. All the way back here is July 2018, right? Very, very bullish, higher highs, higher lows, good steady trend, breaking into new ranges above this weekly zone, hitting this monthly zone through Corona and so on. So after that, after Corona had happened, it pulled back, it consolidated quite a bit. And then after everything that our country kind of went through, it got priced into the market. So the economy got priced in, and then it resulted in a pretty weak dollar because we were not doing so hot, still not doing so great. We have pretty long road to recovery, but everything got priced in, and the dollar kind of fell off into this new lower range. So we saw it fall off here. Nice break and retest, confirming the change of trend on this daily time frame from bullish to bearish. Then we saw a huge drop off down to our monthly zone, where price action kind of went sideways. We saw a ton of indecision here. This is just tons of consolidation. Where we were kind of preparing ourselves for a pretty massive pullback, at least to this daily zone, or a break lower. Let's say the momentum was not done. We're getting ready to gear up for another bearish leg. But that didn't happen. It actually pulled back, faked the pullback, and then dropped back below 93.36, which was our key resistance. So once we saw this happen, it pulled back through, price action started reaching support again. We were then able to drop down to the 4-hour and get a closer look at what price action is doing. So this is it here. This is that little fake out. Didn't have the conviction to form a higher low and then continue with the uptrend. So this would have been like a 4-hour change of trend from bearish to bullish because we broke all these lower highs. So in order to confirm that bullish 4-hour trend, we really needed to see this higher low kind of take off and then shoot off into another resistance zone. That would have confirmed the change of trend, but it didn't happen. It kind of just failed, especially right at this resistance level. Failed right in here, pretty much 93.9. Failed and then dropped back below What was resistance was testing as support. Just broke lower, closed significantly into this range, pulled back. Now it's testing this 4-hour zone again. Let me get rid of this recross because this is just a 4-hour break now. Okay, so it's testing resistance right at 93.6. And we're bearish to start. Like that's definitely what we're looking at right now. We're looking at short opportunities first off. Again, if we were to look at long opportunities, we need to see a lot. We really need to see that higher low form above 93.6. And until we see that happen, I'm not interested in any long opportunities. I'm looking to short, DXY. It's definitely looking, more bearish right now. So, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Anything could happen. I mean, this week has proven that, we thought it was going to, shoot up here, reverse. We thought it was going to continue lower here, it pulled back. Is it going to continue lower now or is it going to shoot up? We'll see. It's kind of just how the market goes sometimes. You kind of just have to follow it and, really be patient and wait for the right confirmations to ensure that you're on the right side of the market. So, yeah, this is where we're at right now, guys. DXY definitely could make a play down towards 92.75 and potentially lower down past 92, even lower. All right, so that's DXY. Let's move on to AU. First thing we want to do, daily time frame. Overall, we're bullish, right? We were bearish if we look left, breaking through support, testing as resistance, huge corona spike, shooting to our monthly zone. Then we got this gigantic retracement, pulled right back to the monthly. Looked like it had some rejection, right? It kind of looked like for a second that this resistance was actually going to hold price action, but it didn't. Pulled back slightly, consolidated, built up some more momentum, and then blew through the weekly zone or monthly zone rather, with good conviction. It actually closed pretty high, gave us some higher lows, established a nice channel here. So this is clearly bullish. The only thing that we needed to see was a pullback. Because look, there's no structure, like no higher time frame structure, like in the sense that I want to see an MA pullback. I want to see some sort of broken level tested like this monthly zone. Then I want to see the MAs crossed again, and then the continuation can follow. That's really what you want to see. That's a nice healthy trend. A pullback through these MAs, good consolidation, and then a continuation of the trend. That's really a healthy trend, one which you can make some really good opportunities on, some trade opportunities on. So let's drop down to the 4-hour. You could have done that once we saw some rejection off this monthly zone. You could drop down and start following price action a little closer. All right, let's expand here. All right, so here was that drop off. We broke this daily zone, this higher low. So that's where we went from a daily trend, a daily bullish trend to a daily bearish trend. Sorry. Shot down to this monthly, gave us a double bottom, broke this little 4-hour lower high here, went bullish a little bit, rejected off our daily zone, gave us this bit of a flag pattern, looked like it was going to continue. I would have really liked to see this push a little bit higher and then reverse, but it didn't happen. So it actually just made a last ditch effort to push to a high and then fell back below this daily zone where we got a lower high, another MA cross, and so on. So from here, not again. Oh man, hold on one second, guys. This thing gets a little finicky sometimes. Damn. Let me reset the chart.
So while Nick's doing that, guys, just make sure you throw in the chat your Discord name for the giveaway. Make sure you guys are in the giveaway. It's $25. All you got to do is freaking put your name in the chat.
Yep, super easy.
Get that in there, and who knows? Maybe make your week a little bit better. A little $25. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad for midweek, right? Not bad at all. All right, so we're on the 4-hour. We could drop down to the 1-hour now that we saw that this was closing below, especially since we saw the MA cross. So from here, guys, right, we're going, are we bearish or are we bullish? So it's definitely looking more bearish right now, especially if you go to the higher time frame. And we recently just had this huge change of trend on this channel. Broke this higher low, shot lower. Now it's retracing. We're finding rejection off this daily zone. So we're definitely bearish. So we're definitely going to favor a bearish trade first. So let's just probably label some things here. Okay, so we got an MA pullback happening right now. Some nice rejection from this daily zone to form a double top would be perfect, followed by a bearish engulfing pushing through the MAs. That's literally textbook. That's literally what you want to see every single time. I'm just going to label some more things. Where do you go? I want to highlight this. This whole zone in here is potential for rejection. So if we could see any rejection off that with some sort of bearish setup crossing through the MAs, that's what you could short on. That would be a really nice short. Something like this. Stop loss outside this zone here. Outside that daily zone. Target down towards the 4-hour. Just over 110 pips. Stop loss is going to be around 40. Okay, so pretty good, pretty good. 2.7 risk reward as of right now. It'll change slightly depending on the exact entry, but it fits our rules. Well over 2 to 1. This could be a really nice short, guys. Just wait patiently for this one to play out. All right. Now I know some people are like, "What if it goes long? What if it goes long?" This is what we're looking for. We want to see a break of the daily and then a confirmed higher low above that. If you don't get the higher low, it's not confirmed. So you're essentially, if you just take a trade on this break, like if you took this trade here, like this all the way on the left here, make this yellow. All right, right. This is not a true, this is a breakout, sure, but it's not a true entry because there is no higher low. The higher low that we were waiting for should have formed over here, but it never confirmed it. So this would have been a pretty bad trade. You would have ended, I mean, you could have taken some profits if you had really good position management, but again, this thing pulled back, it just hit break even and then continued to drop. So there was no real trade there. But if you want to go long on this, this is what you need to see happen over here. Some sort of confirmed higher low. Bullish setups pushing through the MAs, some sort of momentum, bullish momentum, pushing and hinting towards the upside. All right, but until that happens, we are bearish. And this could be a pretty good short. So jump up to the 4-hour, double check your analysis, see if your projections make sense. If we get a rejection from this daily, could it find its way down at the 4-hour? Absolutely. I think that's more than likely. If this continues, to push higher, if we get a little break and retest, enter on a higher low, could it come up to this broken zone up here? I think that's possible as well. So I'm pretty comfortable with this analysis. Let's move on to the next one. AJ, which is going to be very similar. They've been very, very correlated, especially recently. So daily time frame to start. Overall bearish if we look to the left. Super bearish. And then we got a huge rally after Corona. So this is Corona, that huge downward spike. All this is pretty much a retracement. Right to the monthly zone pretty much immediately after, rallies right up, falls back down, gives us a higher low outside of this, it's breaking this weekly structure because this is a weekly lower high, right? We break above that, give us a higher low, continues to push above that, and then form a descending triangle. So, ascending triangle. So this has been one hell of a transition, definitely bullish, in this whole bit of consolidation here, but we have to drop down to get a closer look. So this was actually a daily zone. So weekly we're bullish, right? We broke above and then retested the weekly structure here, all the way back here, right? So it broke that, tested it again, which is interesting. It just validates the level. But we did see a higher low here break, this daily higher low. So this was daily bearish, right? Then we broke a 4-hour zone, so 4-hour bullish, and then we started getting some consolidation. So there was a ton of indecision in here. I know we spoke on this earlier this week that there was no real play until we saw some sort of break, right? We really want to see a significant break. Let me just adjust these levels. Just bring all this over. All right, so we're trapped in this range, right? So there's pretty much 2 or 3 ways we could go about this. Either you play what's in the range, where you're literally just buying and shorting off of resistance or support, and then looking for the right setups within all these highs and lows. So that's one way to play a range, right? You're looking to do that. I'm not going to recommend that because that's not the conservative way to trade. But for those of you that like to live on the edge, a little more risky, look for buys and lows of resistance and support, okay? Now, I always like to consider the overall trend in mind. I'm trying to capture that larger move. So let's say this continues bullish, right? I want to look for a confirmed higher low above resistance, test it, validate it as support, and then get in on some bullish setups to target higher, right? So this is nice. This is a good sign that it pushed higher. It shows that it's not like it's a strong zone, but it can still be broken, right? And it has been broken here. It just didn't confirm the break. So if we did get a push higher and then a higher low above, that would be perfect. Target higher, long that all day long. That'd be absolutely perfect. Now, for us to consider shorts, the same exact thing, just the opposite. You know, as far as looking for a break of support, retest as resistance, enter on a lower high, and strong bearish setups. Okay, so now, so this is a little bit shorter as far as target goes. This would be to the downside, waiting for a break of this. First target would be about 100 pips. Upside target, let's go to daily, double check. Probably target back towards the prior high, towards this consolidation here. From entry, it'd be about a little over 120 pips, 140 pips. So there's some good movement here, guys. Again, AJ, all JPY pairs move a ton. So, you know, we'll kind of be ready for whatever happens. We do have an MA cross on this daily time frame to go bullish. So we'll see. I mean, we just got to wait and see how this range plays out. But yeah, I mean, looking good so far. Nice little consolidation. Right, look how close AU and AJ look. Right, broke back below a significant zone. Broke back below. Started getting some lower highs. Lower highs here. Lower highs here. Could see some sort of last ditch effort to the upside, and then we get a full push down. Could see that, then a full push down to the bottom of this range. I mean, we'll see. All right, AU definitely looks better than AJ. Keep an eye on this one first. Let's move on to UJ. Daily time frame to start. Super bearish, guys. I mean, oops, I just changed my pair. All right, so UJ has been super bearish on pretty much all time frames. If we just zoom out, we could just see off the bat, large ascending triangle, key support 1045, right there. Let's zoom in. Tons of lower highs within the narrowing part of this triangle. So it's just getting lower high after lower high, squeezing price action, getting all these lower time frames, descending channels, or descending triangles rather. But still, one thing remains. Key supports at 1045. So this is definitely a very, very significant zone. Let's go ahead and drop time frames. Here's another triangle. All right, so we recently got a ton of consolidation over here. If we just see this, where this lower high formed. Then we got a huge drop off. Shot down to support, 1045, pulled back, more consolidation. Right, then actually pulls back to a deeper fib level, breaks this trend line, descending trend line. Hits the 88.6 and then aggressively reverses. Shoots right back down through the MAs, back into this triangle, and actually gives us a lower high. So this, I mean, this is what we want to see right now. This is looking really, really good. So let's say we did enter, like you can honestly enter on a little bit late now. You could enter on this candle, to be honest. This, in my opinion, right here. So look for some sort of tiny retrace, whether it be a wick on the back end of a bearish candle or just some sort of rejection off this trend line again. You can enter on that. Nice setup off that trend line. And then let's just take a look at it as far as setting up the trade. Okay, just about 2-to-1. Yeah, pretty much 2-to-1 right there. So that's a good trade. Good trade. This could be something that you guys could be getting into very soon. Again, all you want to see is some sort of rejection off this trend line once more. I mean, it's looking pretty nice. Again, and then to go long on this, you guys would need to see some sort of higher low. Like this would have been this here. This needs to happen. A break outside of this zone and then a higher low form. So like it didn't even try and form a higher low right here. But this is where it would have been key. We saw this rejection right there. Maybe another higher low. It would have confirmed the breakout. That's essentially what we want to see. That's what we need to see if we're going to start taking long opportunities. So break, lower high, enter. Okay, but for now, I mean, clearly it's so bearish, so that's where our bias is going to stay. Looking for short opportunities only on UJ right now. All right, cool. So let's move on to EJ, and then we got gold. You know, the chat just wants to see gold like crazy. We'll get to it. No worries. We'll get there. All right, so let's zoom out on EJ here. Overall, super bearishness. If we look to the left, guys, it's just been a super steep bearish channel. But we actually did break that. We changed that trend, you know, not that long ago. Over here in June, We got a nice significant push to the upside, broke this set of lower highs here, gave us a higher low, confirmed that transition on the daily time frame. So this was the moment. This right here was the moment where we were confirmed, a daily bullish trend. We changed from daily bearish to daily bullish. Okay, so we got this higher low. Then we saw a huge rally into our next monthly zone, where we saw some consolidation. Price action was weakening. Started, gave us this big range. Then we saw some lower highs form. Price action fell off, blew through support, hit the 61.8 fib level, formed good structure there. Then started pushing back up. So we need to drop down time frames at this point, kind of see where we're at. Yeah, all these JPY pairs look so freaking similar. But anyway, so here's that break down to the 61.8. Nice consolidation. Then it pushed up, gave us a higher low, pushed up again, broke back into the range, but didn't have the conviction to keep going. So kind of flatlined. Last ditch effort to push bullish, failed, went bearish, pushed back below and out of the range. So from here, yeah, we're looking for shorts pretty much. I mean, it broke back through support. We're just looking for some sort of confirmed lower high, preferably with some good volume, because like if you just see this happening, this bit of indecision, that's not really helping anybody. You can't make a trade on that. You're going to be sitting in the trade for a while before you see any sort of profit or loss. You want to enter on a conviction candle. You want to enter on a candle that's going to start like the beginning of the trade. Why else would you have entered if you didn't think that? Then you're entering on a candle that's going to start the new push. You're not just going to lock yourself in and be like, all right, let's wait now. Like, no, you need to see some sort of significant move, something that's going to give you confidence that the trade you're about to get into is going to actually play out. So for us to see that in this trade, I want to see a good amount of volume, some sort of pullback, rejection, lower high, bearish setups, entering on that, and then targeting lower towards prior lows, like at the 61.8, and then of course towards major levels like this daily zone down here. Go to the daily time frame to double check your work, see if your targets make sense. Is it likely, if we saw a massive rejection from this zone, that price action will reach this daily down here? Yeah, it's definitely possible. I think so, for sure. All right, that'd be a nice pullback, nice little test of this weekly. Good little bearish momentum. And yeah, so it's looking good, looking good. But to go bullish here, guys, you really need to see a higher low back into this range. Let me change the colors here so it's not confusing. Okay. So this is what we really need to see to go bullish. Something like this. Right, and even then, even if price action does break back above this zone, I really need to see a lot. Really need to see a good amount for me to have confidence in this going long. All right, but anyway, that's EJ, guys. Bearish first, waiting for those right setups, waiting for those confirmations. Let's go on to gold. All right, daily time frame. Here we go. Overall bullish, right? I mean, just nothing here says bearishness at all. Let's zoom in on current price action, see what's going on. We had a huge rally as soon as we broke 1800, shot right up to almost 2100, gave us this giant descending triangle pattern. Key support was 1920. Okay, it finally broke that over here in early September. Shot to the low at 61.8 and rejected. So guys, we literally just covered something very similar to this. Was it EJ? UJ, a lot of pairs are moving similarly right now, where they've broken a key zone, hit a fib level, pushing up, testing the zone that it broke, and so on. So let's go right to the 4-hour. A lot of similar patterns are forming right now. All right, so right now we did pull back and test 1920 as resistance. Nothing really came of that. So from here, we're waiting for two things: either a significant break, which we have some good bullish volume stepping into the market now. You want to see something like this, whether it breaks into this range here or breaks above 1920, and then either starts ranging or gives us a higher low and then takes off. We really want to see something like that, but we're not going to be too aggressive on it. We're really going to wait for the right setups, because again, this could just pop up in here, reject, and then dump again, and then start heading down. So we really got to wait. Really got to be sure that this thing is, well into the above the 1920 range before we really do anything. And then if we're going short, look for lower highs off this resistance, and then strong bear setups. I mean, ideally, you want to see a set of lower highs. Just the more the better in this scenario because of how indecisive this is. I mean, like, look, we have higher low here, then we have a low. But really, it's just, a higher low on the 4 hour. So it's just kind of all over the place. It's just kind of the volume's picking up. It's kind of just like breaking these lower time frame zones and then isn't really doing much with that. So you really need to wait, right? So that's when that doesn't play out. When we see these lower time frame breaks start to not play out, we need to make these decisions based on something with more weight to it, something with more significance, and that would just be structure itself. So wait for some sort of reaction above this zone with confirmation or below this zone with confirmation. All right, until that happens, this thing is pretty much a scalper's pair. Because there's micro moves going on, but we're not going to take those trades. Like if you drop down to the 15-minute and 5-minute, I'm sure there's some sick person making trades on the 5-minute.
Oh my God, this thing's looking crazy.
Yeah, so don't even worry with that, guys. Just wait for this to play out. Stay on these higher time frames. Follow the market. Because right now, this is no direction. This is sideways. This is sideways movement. All right, so play it safe, guys. Quick recap. Covered DXY, AU. DXY does look especially bearish right now. AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. So yeah, that's pretty much all we prepared for you guys. I mean, it's a good amount. Gave you guys some pretty good insight into the week. I mean, it is Wednesday. We still have a little bit more to go. Our last live session is tomorrow, where we will pretty much wrap up the week. I mean, anything you want to add, Angelo?
Yeah, no, I just shared again. So, pretty much only trade that I'm looking at right now is NU. We're looking for this thing to head bullish. We gotta close above this level again. So if you guys didn't enter, just wait on this. Wait, see if it closes above this level. If it forms another higher low right here. So that's NU. Pretty much only trade we're looking at the moment. We'll keep you guys updated. I see some people joining the premium analysis. It's just $7 one-time fee. And then for you guys that ask questions about the signals, we are doing the sale right now, 149 lifetime, one-time fee. If you guys want to get involved in signals, just shoot us a message after this. We'll talk about it a little bit more, tell you guys what's included. And this is just a, couple spots, 149 one-time fee. Normally it's monthly. So if you guys want to get in on that, now is the time. This, as always, is recorded. We're going to upload it to YouTube in a bit, and we see a lot of newcomers on here, so we would like to just welcome you guys to Forex League, whether you guys are paid or just free. You know what I mean? It's you're still here supporting us, and our goal inevitably is to just make a good community you guys will learn from. So yeah, thank you guys for your support, and like Nick said, we'll be back tomorrow. Today we did the session a little bit later. We did 9 a.m. But tomorrow we're going to be back at 8 a.m. and we'll shoot you guys any updates in the chat. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Happy Wednesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.